Hello folks, today we're going to make granola bars. My kids at school wanted me to make them something for Monday, and I said I would. And I thought these nice homemade granola bars would be great. What we're going to need is 4.5 cups of oatmeal, or just oats, just 4.5 cups of oats. You're going to need a cup of flour. You're going to need a teaspoon of baking soda. You're going to need another teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to need 2/3 of a cup of butter. You're going to need 1/2 cup of honey. I'm using Michigan Snow Pony's honey here. This is going to be good. I need 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. And then I need about 2 cups of chocolate chips if you want to put them in there. Now this I sealed up. This has butterscotch and chocolate chip. And this is just chocolate chip. I have some mixed fruits, dried fruits. I might put in some. I got peanuts and I have walnuts. I can take part of this mixture here and there and put just fruit in it if I want, or put in chocolate, or put in the caramel chips, or just peanuts, or just walnuts, or heck, I could put it all in. It's what you want to do. So we're going to get started. I'm going to need 4.5 cups of oatmeal. So there's a half. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3. These are really good. 4. So it's 4.5 cups of oatmeal. And I want 1 cup of flour. Put that in there. We're going to take a teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of my homemade vanilla. Now, of course, you know how I am. I like to put a little bit more. So I am going to put 2 teaspoons of my vanilla because I like it. You know, some people ask me, why do you spoil your kids at school so much? And I guess the reason is they don't get spoiled. They hardly ever get spoiled anywhere else. And if I can do just a few nice things for them in my life, what's wrong with that? I ask myself every day, have I done any good in the world today? And I like to think I do, even if it's just with my cooking. I'm going to put in 1/2 cup of honey. And I think this is just... Oh, I love this honey. Michigan Snow Pony gave me this when we had a meet and greet in Shipshewana. I wish we could do it all the time. She is so much fun. I used to love to watch her on the videos, and now when I get to use her honey, I really think of her often. Great gal. Good little kid. She had her, well, she's got a couple daughters, but the one that came with us, she was just as quiet as a church mouse. I couldn't believe it. Now, being an experienced mom, I know that's not always the way it is. But I'm going to put about 2/3 of a cup of butter in here. And it says softened, and you know what? Softened, good enough. And I need about 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. So, let me get that out. And I'll just take it this way. I'm guesstimating, of course. I'm guesstimating what 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar is. I'm going to mix this all up really, really good. And you know, I probably will eventually get to my fingers because, well, that's the best mixing tool that I think there is out there. So, but I'm just going to keep doing like this, and I'll bring you back as soon as it's all mixed up. You know, I put another 1/2 stick in there. So that would, what would that come to? It would come to about almost 2 sticks of butter. Now, you know, I don't care what anybody tells me. Granola bars, fancy name, cookie. That's what it is. It's a cookie. I don't care what all the stuff that's in it. Think about it. Sugar, honey, there's some brown sugar, there's honey, rolled oats, there's some flour, there's butter, cookie. Yes, it's probably a little more healthier, but it's still a cookie. And I'm going to put it in a pan and I'm going to cut it in a bar. that don't make it, that doesn't mean it's not a cookie. It's still going to be a cookie. You could call it whatever you want. If health nuts feel they have to call it a granola bar to eat it, well, you go right ahead. I think in an SHTF situation, or just in hard times, this is a pretty neat granola bar to have on hand. Kids will love it. So what am I going to put in there? Well, I got some milk chocolate chips with, what are those? Like butterscotch. I'm going to throw them in there. I'm going to take some fruit. Wow, that's sealed pretty good. I'm going to throw some of that in there. All of it? Nope. But I am going to put some in there. I really like dried fruit in a cookie. Oops, wink wink, I mean a granola bar. So this is some mixed berry fruit. I have dehydrated strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, even a couple mulberries are in there. And I think for the heck of it, because who don't like nuts? Who don't like nuts? I'm a teacher and I keep using double negatives. Well, we all know what I mean. And I'm just going to throw some nuts in there. I'm going to mix this up. Mix it up real well. At this point, it starts getting pretty stiff. And, oh heck, you know me. Just got I'm a hands-on kind of woman, you know. That's what my husband loves most about me. I'm a hands-on kind of woman. So we're going to get in there and I'm going to mix this up real good and I'll be right back. Now just a little cleanup trick. Take a hot wash rag that you rinsed out in hot water and clean around the edges. If you don't do that, when you do go back to get some more honey, you're really going to be surprised how hard that is going to be to open. And why am I telling you this? Because guess what? I did it to myself a couple times. So there we go. While I prepare my pan, I'm going to put the oven on at 3 1/4, 325. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare my pan. I'll use a little bit of that butter. I like to use butter because it's natural. The other natural ingredient I like to use is lard. The big Food and Drug Administration, after years making poor little old grandmas feeling real bad for using their lard and stuff, have now discovered lard is better for you than their all their mixtures of soybean and all that kind of stuff. And what I'm saying is the like Crisco and that, not saying anything too bad on Crisco because I do use it, but mainly what God gives us is what's good, and we're always trying to make it better than what the Creator did for us. Now you see that pan? Just very simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over and we're going to mush it all down, and we can use our hands. This is going to make some nice thick bars. Kids are really going to like it. I got a feeling Ted will too. You know how Ted is. He's my taste tester. So, but I couldn't have a better taste tester. I don't know what we're going to do now that Christmas is over. We made ourselves a promise we're going to go on a diet. And I don't know how I'm going to continue to. I'll have to have, the kids will have to be the taste testers. You know, years ago I was skinnier than a rail. Unbelievable. Couldn't even gain weight. Now, I look at food, or maybe in this case it goes in my pores, I don't know. So there you go. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 3 1/4. We're going to bake this at 325 degrees, 325 degrees, for 18 to 22 minutes, the recipe says. But it says, or until golden brown, which means my oven is going to be 25 minutes. Well now, I had to put them back in for about another 3 minutes. So it actually came out to 28 minutes for my oven. Everybody's oven is different. You're just going to have to play around with it to see. When it's brown, take it out. We're going to let it cool in a pan for 10 minutes and then we'll cut them. After they're cut, we'll let them totally cool in the pan. And here are our granola bars. Yeah, they look pretty good. And this recipe made 24 of these bars. And they're pretty long if you see them. They're bigger than my hand.